Welcome to the Traveling Souls Sanctuary podcast. Are you a spiritual seeker who doesn't fit into traditional religion? If so, you're not alone. The Traveling Souls Sanctuary is a community for people like you. We offer a safe space to explore your spirituality, connect with like-minded individuals, and learn from experienced teachers. In this podcast, we'll discuss a variety of topics related to spirituality, including personal growth, self-discovery, spiritual practices, community, and more. We hope you'll join us on our journey as we explore the vast landscape of the spirit.
All right, everyone, welcome back to another episode. I am so excited that we got to talk about the intro, Mary Dalva starting the Traveling Soul Sanctuary. The first episode was an introduction as to what it was, and now we're getting into the nitty gritty. We're getting into the meat of all of it. And so Mary, you decided to come up with, and we're only going to dive into one of the 5 pillars today, but you decided to come up with 5 pillars. How did you get to those 5 that make up this Traveling Soul Sanctuary?
The question, Megan. So I went into grad school. It was kind of a weird thing that happened. I applied to grad school, and my master's program is in spirituality. And while I was in school, I had a choice to either do a thesis project or to take 4 extra classes on spirituality. And I went to talk to my advisor, and he said, well, tell me about your background, your life, and all that. And I said, oh, well, in my discussion with him and what I do for a living, which is a lot of psychic medium work and working with clients, I said, well, I've always kind of thought about starting some kind of community, like a church or something like that. And he looked at me, he's like, oh, great. Okay, so that's your thesis. And I was like, wait a minute, wait. So that took me back for a second. But then I said, okay, all right, there's a reason why this is coming up. So what's my first step? And my advisor said, well, we're going to take a survey. And so I polled people on Facebook, on social media, and then also my own mailing list. And based on what people responded to the survey with was what came up of the 5 pillars. And really, it was the information through people and what they were craving and looking for is why we created it.
Amazing.
Those pillars.
5 pillars, and we're going to do an episode on each one of them. But the first one we want to talk about is acceptance. That is the first pillar of this sanctuary, really. So can you go into more about what that means?
Yeah. Well, a lot of people, when we looked at the survey results, were saying, I have my own spiritual practice. I may not have a religion, a spiritual practice, or I meditate every day, whatever it was. But I want to find like-minded people, because if I go in with what I believe, which is different, I'm not always accepted, or they can't guide me because it's not part of the practices of that particular religion. So I'm not putting religion down at all. That's not what I'm saying. But sometimes people bring in other practices that bring them peace or bring them connection to the spirit or whatever it is. And they want to be able to have those practices too. So the acceptance piece is really for people to come to the sanctuary, to take classes, to be at gatherings, to be at things where they can bring themselves exactly how they are. And that's one of the things I think is really important, is that, so wherever you are in your process, wherever you are in your practice, whatever questions you have, because we all still have questions in this world, come to the sanctuary, come to the Traveling Soul Sanctuary, because we want to hear where you are, and we want you to know that you're embraced for being exactly who you are. And let's help you if you want to do anything else, if you want to figure out what the next steps are for your life, for your spiritual work, for your own heart. Let's help you with that. So the offerings and the things that we're doing there is to bring more people together and to feel like they're creating this web of community. But it's really, that's number one. Like, we just gotta, our arms open and saying, hey, come on in. And what do you need? And who are you? We want to hear about that. We want to hear your voice and your thoughts. So that's really what the acceptance piece is about, because if you don't have that, you can't create a community. So.
And I think that is the most important thing, because, so many people find themselves, within their religion or community, but a lot of times it's kind of trying to, and again, I don't want to like bring any controversy or anything, but because I am like part of this Traveling Souls, I find that where my struggle was trying to fit myself into a book of learning. Like
Right.
you're going somewhere, they're going through the Bible or
Right.
whatever other testament or whatever they're looking at, and you're trying, and you agree with some of it, but some of it you don't, and you're just kind of like you're trying to wedge yourself into this belief, but you feel like sort of not authentic because you're like, this isn't 100% me. Parts of it are me, but other parts aren't. But what I love about this community and the Traveling Soul Sanctuary is that we're defining it as a community, as individuals. We're not following a book. We're not following anything other than our hearts, our minds, our spirit, learning and growing with each other, and everyone. You don't have to wedge yourself and fit.
No.
You make everybody fit.
Right. Right. Bring your heart, like it was funny. I was having a conversation with someone today about it. And one of the things that we're doing on the site is that if people have a prayer request or want to be part of a team that sends good thoughts to people, a prayer team, we have that. But she said to me, she was like, well, what does prayer mean? I'm like, okay, prayer means whatever you want it to be. If you want to think about that person at that moment, if you want to send them love, you want to send them Reiki, you want to say a prayer, you want to light a candle at your altar. That's what it means. So whatever your definition of that love for that person, even though we don't know them, that you want to send to that person, then that's what we're going to do. So it's yes, it's creating these kind of more squishy, if you want to say, definitions of things so that your practice and your heart can fit into them. So if, we had someone that came to us, we've had some people already that have come to us and said, we need, uplifting. And it's like, okay, well, I'm going to light a candle for you at my altar. And I know someone else that's going to pray for you, but listen, we're all sending it to the same place.
Right.
So
Exactly.
yeah. Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
So what can people, I guess, to start expect from this community? Like, are they gonna, what's the feeling they're gonna get from everybody?
Well, my hope is definitely a welcoming feeling, like, so that if you reach out, we're here, and if we don't know the answer, we can get you to someone that knows the answer, hopefully, right? And then also just to be able to say what your heart needs. If there's something that you need, or you have a question, or you need a resource. I mean, I think that's what we're going to do. And then once a month, starting out, we're going to bring people together for gatherings of community so that you can come in and you can meet other people that are thinking like you are. And we can do something to set the intention for the month for you. And, it's going to be something where everybody can meet and chat and just kind of get to know each other. So it's really a lot of community building and helping each other out.
That's awesome. That's awesome. So, as we mentioned, Mary came up with 5 pillars based off of, the research and questioning and just going to her people and asking what people felt like they wanted. So that was, acceptance is just one, and that is this episode, but we have 4 more episodes to come of the other pillars. So hopefully we'll answer some more questions, or I'm saying we, like I'm going to answer the question. Mary's going to answer the question. I'm just going to be here for moral support.
Thank you.
I'm like, we're going to handle it.
That's right. You're part of the community, Megan. That's it.
I'm part of the community, but you are the go-to. You are the creator. So, oh my goodness. And of course, as we're doing these videos, more and more people are finding us for the first time. So again, where can they go to sign up, learn more, get connected?
How people can find us is they can go to thetravelingsoulsanctuary.com, or if you'd like to email us, it's at connect@travelingsoulsanctuary.com.
Oh,
So that's how you can reach out.
Email, website, all the things. Well, we are very excited to welcome you into this community where everyone is accepted.
Yes. Come visit.
Thank you for listening to the Traveling Souls Sanctuary podcast. We hope you found this episode informative and inspiring. If you did, please share it with your friends and family. And of course, like and subscribe. You can find us on our website at www.thetravelingsoul.com. thetravelingsoulssanctuary.com and connect with us on all social media platforms. Until next time, may you find peace and joy on your spiritual path. And remember, you are magic.